What's up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Cyberlink, and they decided to hook me up with PowerDVD 16.0 a few weeks in advance so I could try it out and see how it is, and of course I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Now I went ahead and finally installed the final build, and as you guys can see, launched PowerDVD, and we're actually going to take a look at the final build. One of the main things you'll notice is that the screen itself now has two modes, PC mode and TV mode. We're actually going to explore PC mode today, and in the next video we're going to go ahead and check out what TV mode has in store for us. One of the main new features is, well, it's focused on the television, because a lot of people tend to use their PCs to basically find certain DVDs and play them, but at the same time they want to be able to watch them on their 4K televisions, so on and so forth. So one of the features they included, which is really helpful, is that you can now use Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku and stream to any of those devices using the software right here. That's really convenient. They also realized that a lot of people are attempting to play MKV files, and using Windows Media just isn't the best way to do that. So of course they went ahead and added that codec into here as well. They also included a FLAC audio codec, which will make life easier for a lot of people, and they are true to their word when they say that PowerDVD supports almost every codec out there when it comes to playing DVDs, and of course your typical movies in general. Now, as you guys can see, we're actually going to jump into PC mode. You can actually select Remember My Selection in case you don't care much for the TV, or if you're always on the TV. PC mode, there you go. Now let's take a look at this interface. Alright, here it is. We're actually going to go ahead and activate it. Speaking of activation, as always, there's a 30-day free trial should you be interested in that. You can also register for a few extra benefits. Now, if you make a Cyberlink account, you can actually back up your things to the Cyberlink cloud as well now. Then, of course, it takes your DVDs and all that. I'm going to go and sign into this in just a second. But yeah, it goes and searches for all your media on your current device, your computer, and you can also use NAS as well in order to access your content from there. So they basically thought of every possible way you can potentially stream DVDs, your movies, your Blu-rays, all that directly from this one software, and that's the reason that people love this so much, and not to mention the quality you get as well, and we're going to jump into that when we go into the movies. But for now, let me go ahead and sign in. If you're wondering how much space they give you, it's not a lot. However, they do give you a few features that makes it worth it. As you guys can see, you get 30 gigabytes. Now you can actually convert files for portable devices before you actually go and upload them. For PowerDVD, enable the automatic download option on the videos and photos tab for everything to be backed up automatically. Then of course, for Power Media Player iOS and Android, you can actually enable auto sync in that as well, and you can access anything from basically anywhere, whether it's on your typical device or from your mobile device, which should make things convenient. One of the coolest features of PowerDVD right now is, of course, this basic section. A lot of people are streaming from YouTube these days, and not just their own particular devices. Now, as you guys can see, YouTube is built right in. You can actually search for particular videos, enter a URL, or you can simply go through the most watched videos of the day, which I think is really cool, since a lot of people end up spending a lot of time on PowerDVD watching their movies, and if they can have YouTube in one spot, I'm sure that's going to make a lot of people really happy. So there you go. You can go ahead and click a certain video. Here's Casey Neistat. You can pin it, and I'm just going to go ahead and start playing it. There you go, simple as that. Video quality these days is pretty good. However, what if we could go and enhance them even further? Well, this is what their True Theater algorithm tries to do in the new PowerDVD. So as you guys can see, they actually have a whole little section right here that will allow you to basically enhance the detail, the lighting, the color optimization. You can also even customize the way that the sound works, and to make it more engaging, fix up the dialogue in just how you want. There's also a display mode. As you guys can see, here's another one, and there is another display mode. I'm not exactly sure how often you may use these particular set of features. I'm sure it's going to be one of those things that you set and you tend to keep the way that you like them, but having those enhancements are really cool. As you guys can see, the video is sort of shifting behind me, and as I adjust these, we're gonna go and say we're gonna just change up the exposure a little bit, add a little bit of color. You can also have noise reduction, so this is an interesting feature. There's also motion, and of course the audio. We're gonna keep it like that. We're gonna close it, and then we can officially watch a YouTube video that's been enhanced. That is pretty cool, especially if you're watching YouTube videos on a 4K television because you're streaming to, say, your Chromecast. Before we explore the software a little bit more, I want to go ahead and give you guys some of the behind the scenes features that come included with this. So of course there's the VOD sub embedded subtitle support for MKV and MP4 video. You can also extract audio from multiple videos at once, or you can extract an entire video folder. So extracting audio from an entire video folder, that sounds tricky, but it's fairly simple with this. Also, there's DSD support, so of course you can go ahead and have a lot more convenience when it comes to using your particular audio. You can also import your personal settings directly from the last PowerDVD, so some people get a little worried when they upgrade to a new software and they're like, am I going to lose all my information, my settings, what's going to happen? Nope, everything will still be there. You'll just have the new version with the all new features, so that's fairly convenient. There's also another thing that may be really family friendly in case you have some movies that you don't want to share with everyone, and this is known as CQ Vault, and on certain enabled devices you can basically protect certain video content. And finally, you can play your traditional video onto HDMI, DisplayPort, DVI, or a D-sub connection depending on what your PC supports, and I'm actually going to sort of push that into the next video where I show you guys how to stream to your television. But those are basically the main additional features that you'll get with this. Whether or not it's worth the upgrade in your case is up to you to decide, but for the most part these are pretty tempting features, and these are kind of must-have features when it comes to using basically DVDs or your traditional movies or streaming to a 4K television in 2016. So let's take a look at some of these settings. Alright, so the first thing we take a look at is general. Now you can actually run PowerDVD automatically on startup. There's also auto resume settings, and finally you can choose what type of files to open with PowerDVD. Video, audio, and subtitles, you can enable hardware acceleration, you can check your video enhancements. There's also more video enhancements, and if you're a typical movie fanatic, you know exactly what to do with these particular settings. There's one really handy feature in here, which I'm sure some of you guys will go into forums looking for. It's right here, aspect ratio preferences. If your particular monitor or television simply does not seem to support a particular movie, but you wish to enjoy it in a stretched out mode, then go ahead and simply select apply stretch and you should be set to go. Alright, Blu-ray disc right here, system location, United States, CyberLink cloud. This is basically your cloud settings. Hot Wheels and mouse key, you can actually set these to particular things based on your needs. This I really like about the UI. It basically allows you to customize things to just the way you want it. There's movie information right here, automatically sign in, information right here. Alright, and then we're going to jump into preferences. You can actually customize the UI, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to love. So get new wallpaper for your PowerDVD. Here are some different wallpapers that you can try out, or you can try out your own wallpaper in case you didn't like the one that it came with. Select wallpaper to set as PowerDVD background. So I'm actually going to go and change this right now. Media panel, as you guys can see, customize what shows up and what does not. Say you're not going to be using CyberLink Cloud, then go ahead and disable it. Say you don't use Vimeo, go ahead and support that. Now that is something I forgot to mention. YouTube is not the only thing that you can stream from directly within the application. You can actually go and stream Vimeo as well, which a lot of people are going to like. Unfortunately, I myself don't use Vimeo very much, so that would be something that I go and uncheck. Here are a few more settings as to what you wish to do while you are playing a particular video. So of course you can share it on Facebook, upload it to YouTube, share on Vimeo, and if that doesn't seem relevant to you, you can go ahead and uncheck it and basically unclutter the UI in case you want it to be even simpler than what it already is. Media library right here, you can take a look at you can basically select where you get your media from. So if you want a particular file that's on, say, a NAS server, go ahead and find it on there. And finally, you can go and simply get rid of folders that you don't want media coming from. So say you traditionally don't place your DVDs that you stream inside of your downloads folder or your videos folder, and you place them in a folder on your desktop, go ahead and remove that folder in case you don't want random movies and things being cluttered into your good old PowerDVD. Home media DLNA. So basically this can allow your home media computers and devices to play their media content with PowerDVD regardless of what computer you're on. You can also stream the contents of PowerDVD library to other home media computers should you wish to check that. And finally, you can go and change it to stream to all home media devices or stream only to the devices selected below in case you don't want some devices being able to access all your content. 3D display right here. This goes a little bit more in depth, but yes, you can technically speaking convert 2D media into 3D, and finally you can swap your eye view as well. This is not something I'm going to mess around with. It does take a little bit more effort, but if you have a 3D television or maybe a 3D monitor or something along those lines and you wish to truly enjoy a 3D movie, then PowerDVD is capable of doing that as well. I like that they included the feature. I'm not sure how handy it is going to be to everyone, but for the most part, I think the UI is simple, easy to navigate, and I do like all the features included, because those people who are going to be looking for them can easily find them, and those who don't really care much about them aren't going to be cluttered by them. Jumping back to the UI, which is still pretty much syncing, this is one of the downsides of PowerDVD. It does take a little while for it to basically delve into your computer and find all the content out there, which makes perfect sense. However, I feel like there is probably a way, some way out there to make this process a little bit faster for anyone who just got the software and wants to jump into their movies right away. They might be a little impatient. But moving forward, as you guys can see, here are my movies, TV shows organized, videos, photos, and of course music, all organized into certain folders. You can actually use the scroll wheel right here to scroll through footage to check if a certain movie is in a certain spot or if a certain photo is in a certain folder. It's really convenient. I actually really like this little scroll feature. It's the minute touches that makes this really simple but easy to use. It basically is the ultimate way to organize your movies, videos, photos, music, everything in one nice smooth interface and without having to dive through 8 million different folders. Alright, so taking a look right here, you can go ahead and dive through your folders should you need to, and of course there's another place where you can create playlists with your content. Down here you can actually, here's a really fun, interesting feature that I really like. You can actually go and check out maybe certain flash drives and of course your SD cards on here as well, all in one spot. No need to import anything, it just does it for you. Finally, there's one cool little feature down here, and this is known as the PowerDVD remote, which is really handy if you decide to use the TV mode. Now right now we're not going to take a look at the TV mode. Stay tuned for the next video to actually go and check that out, but there is an application which allows you to easily control your television while you're streaming it via Chromecast, or if your television basically supports Windows or something along those lines. It's fairly convenient. We're going to take a look at that. And finally, there's Power Media Player, so you can get this for your Apple devices, your Android devices, and of course Windows. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of PowerDVD 16. Are you choosing to upgrade this year or not? Feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know if there's any features that you think are really good or anything along those lines in the comments as well. Leave a like for the comprehensive review, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and download it if you guys wish. I'll leave a link below that leads you to the PowerDVD site. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me logging off.